Point of view. You just discovered a truth no one talks about. You're sitting alone, maybe late at night. Your phone is in your hand, but you're not really using it. You're just thinking, and suddenly it hits you. What if everything you believed about life isn't completely true? What if no one actually has it figured out? You look around at people online. In real life, everyone seems confident. Everyone looks like they know where they're going. But deep down, you start realizing something uncomfortable. Most people are just pretending. They wake up, follow routines, chase goals they didn't even choose, and call it life. And no one stops to question it. Not really. You start asking yourself questions you've been avoiding. Am I actually happy? Or am I just busy? Am I living or just passing time? That's when the silence gets louder. Because the truth is, life isn't fair. It never promised to be. Good people struggle. Hardworking people fail. And sometimes, people who don't deserve it win. You were told growing up that if you do everything right, things will work out. But reality doesn't follow that script. And that realization, it stings. But that's not even the hardest part. The hardest truth? No one is coming to save you. No perfect moment. No magical opportunity. No person who suddenly appears and fixes everything. It's just you. And at first, that feels heavy, almost unfair. But then, something shifts. Because if no one is coming to save you, that also means no one is stopping you either. You start seeing things differently. The time you waste scrolling, the excuses you repeat, the fear that quietly controls your decisions. You see it all clearly. And it's uncomfortable, but it's real. You realize that motivation was never the problem. You've been motivated before. You've had those moments where you said, "This is it. I'm going to change." But it didn't last. Because motivation fades. What actually matters is discipline. Doing things when you don't feel like it. Showing up when no one is watching. Continuing. Even when progress feels invisible. That's where real change happens. Not in big dramatic moments, but in small, quiet decisions, repeated every day. And here's another truth people don't like to admit. Most people don't care as much as you think. They're too busy thinking about themselves, worrying about their own problems, their own image, their own life. That thing you're scared to do because of what people will think? They're probably not even paying attention. And if they are, they'll forget. Because everyone moves on. Life moves on. Time doesn't stop for your doubts, or your fears, or your hesitation. And that's when it hits you again. Time is the one thing you can't get back. Not money. Not opportunities. Not even relationships. Time. Every day you delay. Every moment you hesitate. It's gone. Forever. And no one talks about how scary that really is. But also, how powerful it is. Because if time is limited, then every choice matters. Every small action counts. Every step you take or don't take shapes your future. And suddenly, you don't want to waste it anymore. Not on things that don't matter. Not on people who don't value you. not on a version of life that doesn't feel real. You start thinking differently. Maybe I don't need to have everything figured out. Maybe I just need to start. Small, imperfect, but real. Because here's the part no one tells you. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to outgrow people. You're allowed to choose a different path, even if it doesn't make sense to anyone else. And yes, it will be hard. Change is uncomfortable. Growth is lonely sometimes. And there will be moments where you doubt everything. But staying the same? That has a cost, too. A much bigger one. A life that feels empty. A feeling of what if that never goes away. And deep down, you know that's not what you want. You don't want to just exist. You want to feel something. You want meaning. You want progress. You want a life that actually feels like yours. And here's the final truth. Your future isn't written yet. Not completely. No matter how lost you feel right now, no matter how far behind you think you are, there is still time to change direction, to build something better, to become someone stronger. But it starts with one decision. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not one day. Now. So the question is, what are you going to do with the truth you just realized? Deep, calm, mysterious, slightly dark cinematic storytelling tone.